my God. Yesterday, I got this panicked message from somebody. Man, this guy was panicked. He was trying to negotiate salary. And so at first he told me that he had an offer from another company and that he was going to basically try to get more money from his current employer. And so I started digging into the details a little bit. What I found out was he actually didn't have a real offer. So he messaged me back and he was like, okay, I'm totally playing with fire here. I don't really have an offer. And I got a meeting in 30 minutes with my manager to talk about this. And so the manager could do any number of things. The manager could be like, show me the offer. But if you're confident and you actually have that offer in hand, I mean, hell, I would show it to him, especially if it's a lot more money than what I'm getting, paid currently. I'd be like, bam, look at this offer. Like, I'm leaving unless you pay me another $30,000 a year. So because he didn't have that, if the boss were to ask the question, like, can you show me the offer? And I said no, it would start kind of feeling a little bit awkward. And even if you came up with some narrative about like, oh, I don't need to show you the offer, it still seems kind of fishy. Now, if they don't ask, that's another thing. But this dude was totally playing with fire. Turns out he was making $100,000 a year, and the offer he made up out of thin air was $156,000. And so he's trying to, close the gap. I think the key takeaway in this video is don't lie. Like, don't get yourself caught up in a lie. Like, if you're gonna try to negotiate salary, negotiate it based on skills. Don't negotiate it based on like a false piece of paper. Now, if you do a real piece of paper and an offer, like, that's awesome. That's the best scenario to have. That's your best chip. But if you are trying to do it on something false and you get caught in a lie, man, like, your employer, like, that would leave a bad taste in any manager's mouth. So yeah, do it based on skills, and do it based on tenure. Do it based on you can look and compare your skill set with other people in the group, and you don't necessarily need to, like, if you're preparing conversation to have a talk with a manager, you don't necessarily need to say like, well, Bobby has less skills than I do. It's more like, here are the skills that I have, here's the value for those skills at our company and in the market, and you leave the conversation just based on you. So what I like to do with any of these kind of like really sensitive, either negotiation topics or conversations with managers, things like that, is I script it all out on paper before I even have the conversation, before I even schedule the meetings. I actually, I'll practice it in front of a mirror. I'll practice it out loud. I would just want to get that story straight and coherent, and make it sound like there's a lot of value that I'm delivering, and that there's no holes. That's it. Key takeaway: don't lie when it comes to salary negotiation, like this dude did. Make sure you're doing salary negotiation based on skills that you have, and I'll put a link to the description below of another video I did on 5 types of leverage you can use for salary negotiation. All right, so that's it. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.